Hello, folks. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers, and this is a special report on the war between Iran and Israel. A lot of people are very scared about what's going on, but I'm going to tell you right now, do not be afraid. There's two individuals that you can depend on. One of them is Jesus Christ. He's going to be setting up his kingdom very soon here on the face of the earth. The other one is Donald Trump. He is here representing Jesus until Jesus is ready to return. He will be setting up his kingdom, that is Jesus, in the city of Jerusalem. He is going to be there reigning for 1,000 years, and that is going to begin very soon. We already have the peace treaty signed, but there are some rogue deep state individuals in Iran and in Ukraine and some in Israel and a few other countries around the world that are trying to start a war. They want World War III. It is their last opportunity and their last chance. President Trump wants peace. He is all about peace because of the fact that the individual that he takes his marching orders from is Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ is all about peace. Jesus is not going to allow a massive war to take place. There will be some people that will be taken out, and those will be the bad actors that are out there in Iran, and there will be some in Israel. There's going to be some more yet in Ukraine. But I can tell you this, that once the Ukraine-Russia war is over, and it will only be over when the bad actors are taken down. We will talk a little bit about the Ukrainian war later on, but today's report is going to be strictly about Iran and Israel. The reports that have been coming out over the last 7 or 8 years have been talking about the fact that, well, actually I think we can almost say 9 years, but we'll say 8 years. Those reports have all said that Israel will be dealt with last. Well, Israel is being dealt with along with Iran, and they are the last nations to be dealt with. There are other nations out there that are going to have to deal with some things, but this situation is strictly Israel and Iran. President Trump is not going to allow this situation to get out of hand. That is not what he is supposed to do. And because of that, there is no way that it can happen. So you can rest assured that if there are attacks on the United States, that those attacks will be dealt with very quickly, and there will be no way in which the bad actors are going to be able to win. There are some cell groups here in the United States. There is a line between Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Detroit, Michigan. It is a corridor, and that corridor harbors a lot of the cell groups that are from the Middle East. There are a couple of other areas. One goes from Detroit on up through Flint and Saginaw Bay City, that area. And then there's another one on 131 that goes from Grand Rapids up through Big Rapids and Cadillac. And that is one of the biggest areas for the cell groups here in the U.S. There's another one that goes from Columbus to Wheeling, West Virginia. And part of that goes from Cambridge on up to Akron and Canton. And then there is another one on the east side that goes up 75. Now, these areas are areas where most of the cell groups are. The Alliance knows about these people, and they are going to force them to have to fight for their lives. And so this activity that's going on is going to be the thing that brings them out of the closet and forces them to have to do what they're supposed to do. When that happens, the Alliance is ready to take them out. And so they will be done for. There may be 2 or possibly 3 bouts, but it's all going to happen between now and July 4th. And all of those cell groups are going to essentially be gone. There may be a few people in the United States that do lose their lives. This is a very good time for people to be praying and to be seeking the help of the Lord Jesus Christ. This is a very bad time for you to talk about that fictitious individual called God. If you're that guy, I would worry about where this is going right now, because God will obligate himself to take care of his people, but he is under no obligation to take care of you if you are not willing to serve him. So now is a very good time for you to turn your heart to the Lord Jesus Christ. There are a lot of people out there, there's a lot of groups out there that are very much against God, and those individuals had better think again, because this is a bad time to be away from Jesus. That's not a threat. That just happens to be the way it is. God has, and we've talked about Gabriel, he's in charge of the guardian angels. We've talked about Michael, who is in charge of the warrior angels. And those 2 groups of angels are going to be out, and they are going to be doing their jobs. And they will be protecting the children of God. It's a very good time for you to become a child of God, because this is the time in which you want to be getting ready for whatever may happen. Is it going to be bad? Not for God's children, it won't be. It'll be a blessed time. It'll be a time of peace, great peace, peace that passeth all understanding. It is our heart's longing that everybody comes to the Lord. There's going to be a great revival. It's going to happen very, very soon, probably in the next month or 2. And we would certainly like to be able to call you brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. We need all the likes we can get, so please offer us a like. And please remember to subscribe to our channel. We have about 50 people. We could use about another 200 or 300 more people that would be willing to subscribe. But most of all, even though it's getting dark outside, you have a good day. A good day, it always starts with good prayers. And if those good prayers reach the throne of God, you will have a good day. God will make sure you have a good day. So, good day.